This is a simple instruction to tell you how to replace a 3 kilowatt heating element in an Alltec machine. The element is actually inside the base plate. So here's basically an element that's got a brass nut on it. There's never any seal on there. If there happened to be a seal on a new element coming out, take it off, as we use this particular type of sealant that obviously can withstand good temperature. So basically, to get the old nut off, it might be a situation that you just maybe use a sharp screwdriver or maybe a little chisel and maybe just make a nick in that and just tap it off nice and gently. If you had something like a heat blower and just went round the area of the element or whatever, that sort of also aids to break the seal on the existing seal that's actually in there. There's 3 wires in there, a negative, a live and a neutral. And if you ever seen any scorching or anything like that there, you know, these are right angle connectors which we have in stock, and a little cover for it. Those should be replaced if there's any burning. Bearing in mind that if you've got burning, you don't have a good electrical contact there or whatever. You got to bear in mind here that for maybe a year, 2 or 3 years, you could have 2,800 watts feeding this, so you're using a lot of electrical power into this unit. Okay, so we've taken off the nut. You'll take out the old element, and normally what we'd suggest is that you clean maybe round the fiberglass hole with something like a sharp blade or whatever. There might be some seal around there. It needs to be clean and it needs to be well sealed. All you'll simply do then is put a layer of seal around this here, so that obviously the fiberglass will seat up against the surface here. You don't need a big blob of stuff, just enough to cover maybe say the last 2 threads, that actually when you tighten the nut up, it will make a good seal. We'd also put a little smear of seal around that there, so that whenever you're tightening the whole thing up, it makes it nice and slippy, and you actually get a better tightness, for a better way of describing it. What you could do is with the new nut, if you had something like a junior hacksaw, you could make a couple of wee nicks just along there, along each nut, so that it actually gives your screwdriver something to actually seat into, and when you're tightening that there, it makes the job a little bit easier. This is a job that you can't do on your own. You will need help. Whenever you've got the seal around there, you need someone to obviously push the element in from the clean tank, and then the other person on the other side putting the nut on. When it comes to wiring the element, always make sure that the earth wire is in the middle, and then either the live or the neutral can be on either side. It's always a good idea to take a photograph of the element that's in there before you actually take it out. If you need any help or advice, ring Paul Barton or myself or whatever, but hopefully this helps in some way.